It is Friday, February 21st, here in the San Gabriels. And I am concerned about what the new political board is doing to the FDA. How can I tie that in with the food that we're eating, whether we buy it from the market or whether we buy it from every small fast food restaurant here, not only in the San Gabriel, but all over the United States and perhaps the world. The Federal Drug Administration. I buy my food, such as this, Corner Bakery. It's same old, as well as my, to say, avocado wrap. What is going to be happening to our imperfections? What is going to happen? Will they be able to catch all the imperfections that go through the system? Will they be able to catch certain diseases, contaminants? But no. They want to cut funding. I'm going to call it funding because everything is money. Everything is economic. And it's trickling down from the top, as usual, because it determines who is on top, who's making the decisions. You just don't go across the board, just like I said, and chop up and cross-cut everything you see. There are other methods of doing things without really major disruption. There is no justice. Or is the other watchdogs moving too slow? Or the lawyers moving too slow? Is the democratic process moving too slow? Or should we as people speak louder than ever before? The problem is that some of us do speak louder and it's not heard. We all know what's going on in this economic climate. And now the economic climate is going to be influenced by bad decisions from the top. Food prices have not gone down. I don't expect for them to go down anyway. Because what's already high is going to go down a certain percent. It's not going to be enough percent. It's going to keep going up, and then when it goes down, it's not going to be necessarily down to the level that most people can afford. And the most common example is gas. How many times have we been gouged for energy? The car, the train, the bus, the plane, all those take us where we need to go. And they also serve food on planes, trains. They used to serve food on buses too back in the day, a little bit, depending on what type of, if it's a long distance travel or not. But who's gonna be checking out our food? Who's gonna put all the safety measures in place? Or should I say, who will continue to put safety measures in place if you're letting go most of the people, most of the scientists, most of the non-scientists who do good, who are very good at what they do, people who know how to, you know what I'm saying. I'm sure we all can look at food and taste it sometime and say something is wrong with it. But if we don't know what's wrong with it, because a lot of those things are born on certain packaging, born on certain foods because of how they're prepared, and we end up getting sick. But does the system really care? The system is not the really system that we always say. The system is whoever's in charge of our government. And whether some people like them or not, and yet you have the other people who think that they're doing the right thing, and yet they're stabbing them in their faces. Not in their back. They are easy to coerce and believe in whatever someone else say without checking it out themselves. But if you've been around for a long time, you don't need anyone to tell you that a package of meat is bad or that some vegetables have some kind of pathogens or disease in it, such as the bird flu. There won't be no one to tell you if it's bird flu in there or not, or there's no one to project or look at the pattern. There will be no one to look at, maybe I'm wrong, soil samples, visiting farms, visiting packaged plants, any of those things. If you let go, thinking you're cost cutting every little bitty thing, that little bit can hurt a lot of people. So far I know this is safe. It's got egg on it. The price has not went up yet. Not that I know of. Spinach, cheese. I'm sure it's pasteurized cheese, pasteurized egg, frozen vegetables, unfrozen while it's cooked, coffee, with the necessary milk or sugars, if they're good. There's a Romney shop. Very concerned about what's happening to the Federal Drug Administration in a roundabout way. There's something else that I wanted to talk about, but I changed the subject around. I thought I'd give some insight on my opinion without really getting, should I say, say something extracurricular that I don't need to talk about. Keep the language down. I'll see you in my next video. Talk to you later. I might have to slow down and not eat as much because you don't have people in the FDA and all the other programs that's supposed to be protecting us. If no one's going to go out there and buy because they don't trust you, a lot of people don't trust the system. But yet we have to live in the system in order to survive. But can we survive without the system? I believe we can. Do we need the government all the time? If we can find out a way to have our own watchdog system, and I don't mean do it for free, I mean we can pay them. Can we bypass the U.S. government at some point and do it ourselves? That's the question. Talk to you later.